Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O football system. I want to talk some defense where we look at some special adjustments. In particular, here we're going to look at a special adjustment from our base 43 cover 4 versus jumbo 3x1 sets. Let's take a look. All right, first let's look at what a jumbo 3x1 set is, and then we'll talk about how we use base rule adjustments throughout the whole defense to equate numbers offensively and defensively. So a jumbo set here consists of a double tight end. You can see the X and the Y to each side. And then we have a 3 receiver side with a double wing by the Z and the H. That gives 3 eligible receivers to the defense's right. The next thing is the B-back moves up over the strong guard. So essentially, this is a single wing concept. This is what you want to research how to defend. What we'll do first then by rule is we use an over front. That's our base front. And we're going to go ahead and always kick that to the strength. So we would kick that strong right. That puts the nose guard in a cheat type alignment there to the A gap. Tackle's got the 3 technique. The one thing we'll do as an adjustment here is both ends will use a tilt and crash technique. What that means is they will widen their alignment outside, and then they will tilt in towards the ball. You can see here then the left side end is going to be outside that X, and he's going to tilt in and crash through his outside ear to that inside gap is his gap responsibility. The strong end would actually line up over the H, and if the H comes down, would crash through him to get to that Y's outside gap, which is his gap responsibility. Great, aggressive, but sound technique that you'll use with stunts anyway, and then we still go to our same gap rule. Second thing we do versus a 4x1 or quads call is we would kick the linebacker strong. With the B-back aligned strong, technically this is a 4x1 set of eligible receivers. So we're going to slide the linebackers, which puts them in a stacked alignment behind the lineman. This equates numbers, but it also protects them being stacked behind the lineman. They still have their same gap responsibility, nothing changes. Last then, whenever we get a 3x1 or 4x1 set, we're going to roll the secondary to that strength. So you can see here we'll go to our trips call or our cover 3. The one adjustment here with the jumbo is we'll move that ox all the way up on the line of scrimmage and have him use a tilt and crash technique. So he'll align outside that Z. If the Z goes to block him, he's going to crash through his outside ear, ultimately responsible for that gap inside. The cat and the dog then stack also and are going to be deep cover defenders all the way, but ultimately would be responsible for contain on an all-out run. The way we equate numbers and keep it simple at the end then is the goat just matches the alignment of the B-back. So if the B-back aligns strong, he'll just go ahead and align over the guard matching him. You can see now we're going to have 7 offensive players to the defense's right. Let's count the Z, the H, the Y, that's 3. Right tackle is 4, right guard is 5, B is 6, but then the center and quarterback, since they're down the middle, they're a half each, making that 7. To the left then, we have the X1, tackle 2, guard 3, and then center and quarterback again a half each with 4. You can see we're matched up 4 to the weak side and 7 now to the strong side. If the B-back would flip over, the goat just would match them, and then we match numbers. You can see how this is simple, it's sound, it follows our base rules, and we're using the same techniques, nothing new, that we would use throughout the whole year. Next one is you can use an underfront. The key here is your sandbacker has to be a physical and a good contain run defender. If you have that, then this is a sound way to handle double tight end sets, but also jumbo type 3x1 sets again also. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, by rule with an underfront, we would kick the front weak, but then roll and kick the linebacker strong again, but roll the Sam up on the line of scrimmage. Now, You can see we're still going to go to our trips call, but the ox now will be in a stack position and be all across the board with the linebackers. Goat's still going to match the B-back, and that makes our numbers good, strong, and weak 7-4. Again, the key there is that Sam has to be a great run defender. If you don't have that, then I would recommend going back to the overstack. Thanks.